Hi, I'm Bonnie Annis, and I'm here with Stephanie Prestidge, and we're back for part 2 of dry versus dehydrated skin for skincare professionals. And I'm going to catch you up really quick. We are talking about the skin barrier having both a mechanical and a chemical barrier. For a mechanical barrier, we're talking about tight junctions and how a secure tight junction allows the water that is in your skin to stay inside and not leak. So that's the Coles Notes version of that. Now the chemical barrier, we now understand. You were mentioning that in Japan they had done some research to determine that the chemical barrier,
mechanical tight junction.
Oh, mechanical tight junctions,
there
Japan.
we go.
Okay, I'm catching up. This is why we have an expert for this stuff. So the chemical barrier of your skin is your microbiome. And that is made up of what chemical on your skin?
Oh, good. Chemistry-wise, we could talk about all the forms of sebum.
Sebum, okay. And what is your sebum made of?
Many things, but we could talk about, let's say, triglycerides is a big part of them, wax esters, and other things, many other things.
And we also know that the sebum on your skin feeds your beneficial microbes. So all of that to say that when you care for your skin microbiome, when you engage in microbiome-friendly practices, when you use live biotherapeutic agents, aka probiotics, as well as pre and postbiotics. Look at me, I'm just summing this right up, moving us forward. But when you care for the skin microbiome, that's when you're going to be able to treat dry and dehydrated skin. But before we go any further into that, let's talk a little bit about what a skincare professional would expect to see in the case of dry or dehydrated skin conditions. What's that gonna look like on the skin?
The basics that we've learned in school, but good to recap always. You're going to see flakiness. You're going to see tightness of the skin. Are the lines on somebody's skin dryness and dehydration, or are they actually aging? And unfortunately, a lot of times people right away go to aging, and before they've treated dehydration or dryness in the skin. It's amazing when you treat dryness and dehydration, the lines seem to disappear.
Go away, exactly.
But then it gets more than that. Now the barrier is compromised. Now pathogenic microbes are getting in. If your tight junction is weak, the bad gets in, the good gets out. We got to stop that. So then we start to get itchy. Then it feels tight. Then it feels irritated. And it's this like knock-on knock-on effect of cascading effect is what I meant to say. And then we can even get into talk about all skin conditions. We can start talking about blemishes on the skin because
another form of irritation. Exactly. And this is what your clients are coming to see you for. My skin feels tight. My skin feels dry. My skin feels flaky, and it's itchy. I see this all the time in my friends as well. And what it comes down to is treating your skin microbiome. So why are we going to use probiotic skincare live, because a probiotic is defined as a live biotherapeutic agent? Why are we going to use live probiotics and other microbiome friendly practices to treat these conditions? Tell me what we're going to do.
Well, when you start using and working with, let's say, prebiotics, we're feeding the good microbes, and the pathogenic microbes can't eat it. We've also recently just talked about how our sebum is toxic to bad pathogenic microbes. We need it to be there. We know with live probiotics, we are going to increase the hyaluronic acid in our skin that is made naturally by our skin. We increase the water naturally. We increase competitive exclusion significantly. We also produce antimicrobial peptides, which actually tighten your tight junction, so the water loss is not happening.
So for that mechanical barrier.
Absolutely. And for our chemical barrier, we also look at that significant competitive exclusion happening with also our live probiotics are going to multiply and really push that competitive exclusion. But we can also look at our postbiotics that also help with that competitive exclusion until our skin is ready for a live probiotic.
Mm-hmm.
Because we
It's a
a lot.
process. It's a
It's a
process.
process, yeah.
So when we have dry skin, our pH is naturally higher, tends towards the alkaline. So we need to bring that back.
Yeah.
And microbiome-friendly practices and probiotic skincare are going to bring back the pH of our skin to be that healthy acidic level of 4.5 to 5.5. And we need to get outside. It's so much easier
Yeah.
to do in the summertime here in our northern hemisphere, but there are ways and means, and we have some announcements coming up very shortly about what you can do to get the healthy amount of vitamin D on your skin. So
Do you
watch
want to know
for
a little
that.
fun thing?
Okay, go
Something
ahead.
I haven't shared before.
All right.
It's a big one.
All right.
That our healthy sebum also produces provitamin D, and the UVB rays need to activate that provitamin D to make it a vitamin into the. Yeah.
So what this says to me is that we need our environment. We need to engage with our environment, and we need to
Absolutely.
make sure that environment is healthy. We need to do everything we can to connect with it. We cannot live in a vacuum. We cannot live sealed away in artificial light with artificial air. We need to be outside.
Yeah.
It's much easier to say that in the summertime and talk to me in January when I don't want to go outside either, but it's very valuable. So I will say that this is a very, very large subject and much bigger than we can do in a 10 or 20 minute YouTube video.
Oh, yes, very big.
Highly recommend clicking the link to learn more about the 2024 Microbiome Summit in October 27th and 28th at St. Anne's Spa in Grafton, Ontario. All inclusive, 2 solid days of learning, accommodation, meals, and spa treatment. And for business owners, it should be said that this is all a business expense. We look forward to seeing you there. Thanks for joining us today.
Bye.